I excitedly took the brand new military uniform, but I saw someone else's name on the collar. I returned the uniform, but the officer just tore off the name tag. He told me the workers had made a mistake. My doubts were finally dispelled. I didn't notice at all that there were many more name tags under the table.
And these so-called new uniforms
Actually came from soldiers on the battlefield. After they sacrificed their lives, their clothes and boots would be stripped off, packed and sent to the rear. Then female workers would clean them thoroughly. They would sew up the bullet holes on the clothes, but there were too many uniforms, and the name tags were often forgotten to be removed. During the principal's impassioned speech, the students threw away their books excitedly. They were full of joy, ready to march to the battlefield. But soon our smiles faded away. The French artillery fire kept coming relentlessly. I delayed putting on my gas mask, because I was helping my comrades. The captain noticed this scene. He advised me not to be foolishly kind. This was my first day in the army. Contrary to what I had imagined, the first task after we reached the trenches was to scoop out the accumulated water with our steel helmets. I was assigned to stand guard at night, but I wasn't afraid at all. Instead, I excitedly loaded the bullets into the gun. At that time, I didn't realize at all that the flash from the muzzle had already exposed my position. A bullet whizzed towards me. Fortunately, the steel helmet on my head blocked the bullets for me. Suddenly, a signal flare rose into the sky. Immediately afterwards, the French army launched a fierce attack. I quickly hid in the bunker. At that moment, I was trembling all over. I regretted my decision to join the army. When I woke up again, everything around me was in utter chaos. I was lucky enough to survive, but my comrades around me were not so fortunate. Corpses were everywhere as far as the eye could see. I received an order from my superior to collect the name tags of the fallen soldiers. While searching, I accidentally stepped on a pair of glasses. A sense of unease welled up in my heart immediately. I strode forward to check. To my shock, I found my deceased good friend. It was also on this day that I finally understood the true origin of my military uniform. After 2 years of baptism by the flames of war, I became a seasoned veteran. Upon receiving the order to attack, I rushed towards the French trenches without hesitation. Even when people around me fell, I didn't pause for a moment. I just kept charging forward with my head down. Soon the French front line collapsed under our attack. To my surprise, the enemy's food supply was actually so abundant. Looking at the table full of delicacies, we began to gobble them up greedily. Suddenly the table started to shake. Even the rats scurried away in panic. I sensed that something was wrong. I immediately stood up and went out to check. Through the dense fog, I could see several huge iron boxes approaching. I froze instantly. Bullets could not stop the tanks from advancing. Soon, the tanks launched a counterattack. The German soldiers were instantly routed. They began to flee in disarray. Faced with such a disastrous defeat, the German government finally signed the armistice agreement. Just when I thought I could finally go home, an officer, driven by his own selfish interests, ordered an attack 1 hour before the armistice took effect. At this moment, I was already completely numb. Like a walking corpse, I charged towards the enemy positions again. In the end, I still failed to return to Germany.
The whole world turned into zombies. Only Danny was left alive, but he shouted with excitement because he finally didn't have to work anymore. He decided to fulfill his 100 things. The first thing was to clean his messy room. The second was to go shopping at the supermarket. Although always chased by zombies, this gave him an unprecedented sense of experience. The third thing was to paint in the city center, a dream he'd had since childhood. Just as he was preparing to go home, zombies suddenly started chasing him. As the zombies were about to catch him, thankfully Danny found a motorcycle on the way. He was going to the Tokyo Tower to set off fireworks. Gorgeous fireworks bloomed in the sky. Danny was very happy about this. After finishing each thing, he would mark it on his wish list. The next day he grilled a steak on the rooftop. The smell attracted all the surrounding zombies, but when the steak was cooked, he realized there were no seasonings. The grilled steak instantly lost its soul, so he went to the supermarket to shop. Suddenly strange noises came from around. Danny walked forward curiously. The next second he was kicked flying. He found it was a girl. She had also survived the zombie outbreak. Danny fell in love with the girl at first sight. Just then a zombie came to the door. He told the girl to hide quickly, while he himself rushed to fight. His attacks had no effect on the zombie. He was so scared that he immediately ran back to the supermarket, but the girl acted very calmly. She took out an automatic telescopic baton and whipped the zombie hard. Danny watched her worriedly from the side, afraid that something dangerous would happen to her. Fortunately, the girl was highly skilled. She solved the zombie in a few rounds. Danny looked at her admiringly and wanted to invite her to dinner at his house. The girl refused this request without hesitation. She told Danny to protect himself well, then left alone. When he got home, he received a distress call from his friend. The boy was trapped in a hotel with his girlfriend because of a date. He hoped Danny could come to save him. After hearing this, Danny set off on his motorcycle, starting the journey to rescue his friend.